Big good one here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, help promote and rank up my content. You put the U in YouTube, can't do it without you, so we're going to be talking about Kevin Smith's new Masters of the Universe animated series, He-Man.
It's ma'am!
He promises that it's a sort of love letter and aged up to the fans of the 80s. Now, this could be a really misleading, laced with woke content slap in the face. Teela and her new girlfriend team up to save Eternia from the white man.
Those great, gorgeous muscles of yours are totally useless.
Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe Revelations. Epic! He-Man and Skeletor finally own up to the sexual tensions that have built up between each other for so long.
Waiting for so long now, I found someone to stand by me.
Fall madly in love.
By the power of
Gay.
Go!
Of the Universe Revelation unleashes the power with the first look at Kevin Smith's series, the animated sequel will be split into 2 parts, with part 1 premiering on Netflix this July 23rd. The images look great, mostly. The animation looks top-notch. He-Man is having a pop culture movement after Netflix She-Ra and the Princes of Power ended its 5-season run. Let's not associate that with He-Man. Prince Adam and the world of Eternia are coming back full force to the limelight with a planned live-action movie in addition to a CG animated He-Man and the Masters of the Universe show aimed for kids. But the Masters of the Universe Revelation is a separate animated series from the mind of Kevin Smith, crybaby, who cries over everything he sees and says it's the greatest thing ever. It's designed for fans of the 80s cartoon. And we'll see, because we've all heard things. 80s stuff, you can't have that today. It's problematic. It's got to be woke. Everything's got to be woke to some degree. EW's exclusive first look at Revelations brings back Prince Adam, He-Man, now voiced by Supergirl's Chris Wood and the gang with a new design by Powerhouse Animation, Castlevania, and an updated story set directly after the events of that original piece of childhood entertainment. You can see some of the fresh images there. They look great. They look good to me. Split in 2 parts with 5 episodes of part 1 premiering on Netflix this July 23rd. The show features an all-star voice cast ensemble. Star Wars veteran Mark Hamill as Skeletor, Game of Thrones Lena Headey as Evil Lynn, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Sarah Michelle Gellar as Teela, Clueless star Alicia Silverstone as Queen Marlena, iconic Batman voice actor Kevin Conroy as Merman. It's Merman, Dad. And the original voice of Skeletor. Since this is a sequel series, the main mythos remain intact. Prince Adam, the son of the ruling family of the realm of Eternia, uses the Sword of Power to transform into the chiseled He-Man. I have the power! To defend his kingdom from threats, most from Skeletor and his forces. But now, as Smith says, the shackles are off. Get ready for this stuff to get so gay, but love it. No. See them engage not just in clashing swords, but in far deeper conversations than we've ever seen them before. He explains it's not just simply like these 2 dudes, He-Man and Skeletor, have been trying to beat each other up for decades. We get to tell stories of abuse. We get to kind of tell stories of isolation, grief. We use these characters as long as they've been around. Stories of abuse? That doesn't sound like it belongs in here. And most people consider them toys or action figures to tell insanely human stories set in a very inhuman world. Oh, shit. And there's some more impressive images there. Teela looks... The first episode of Revelation begins in lockstep with the old show. Smith mentions then about halfway through, things take a shift which allows all the characters to go through these periods of growth. And Smith goes on to explain that only certain people know the secret that Prince Adam is really He-Man. We build our entire story on who was left out of the secret and the damaging trickle-down effects of that. It's a story about a hero who has to live under deception in order to protect those he loves, but it's about how that deception rots at the core. David sees the story told in Revelation in 2 acts, which is why Netflix is releasing the episodes in 2 parts. Part 1 felt like a really great act break. He says, you get to it and you're like, oh man, this is just dramatic. The game has changed. The characters at the beginning of Revelation are going to be very different than they will be at the end. Everybody's going to be gay by the time this show wraps up. Smith, went on praising his voice cast. A big reason we got such top voice talent is because people generally want to be a part of this world. So many of us were touched inappropriately by these stories. You can jump right into the story. He explains it's a really classic universal action adventure epic about growth, discovery, magic, and power, and coming out of the closet. Kidding. I added that last part in there, but it's probably not too far from the truth. This series explores destiny in a fresh way. There's a lot of rekindling, but secrets, betrayal, trust, acceptance, love, and ultimately, loss. And by the look of these images, I'd say that he was spot on about loss and acceptance and betrayal. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Do you trust Kevin Smith? What do you think of the female designs? Are you going to watch this? Are you interested in an adult animated version of He-Man? Do you think it's going to go to some woke places? Let me know. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Stay awesome.